प्रिपेयर करो, इधर करना है उधर करना है, इस विंडो में पेस्ट करना है, यहाँ होगा उठा के रखो वहाँ पे अंडू। चलो चल चल ये लिंक भेज देता हूँ मैं, तो कर ले जाते हैं।
चल
धन्यवाद। यहाँ पे अरे तो गिर मेरे जाएगा। सली टॉम हैंक्स की मूवी है ना। आजा तू पहले। उसमें ना पेमेंट का ऑप्शन है ना, बल्क में पेमेंट दूंगे या इंडिविजुअल में पे करना है? पूछ ले मेरी डाल।
इसको थोड़ा सा ऊपर हाइट दे देते हैं ना।
लगा देंगे इंडिविजुअल के पास नहीं होगा, ये मोस्टली एंटरप्राइज लेवल पे साइन होगा। हां बट ये क्वेश्चन डाल
दिखते हैं चार लोग, चार चेयर पे लाइन ऑलरेडी है यहीं।
टेढ़ा क्यों लग रहा है? आओ सर।
ये ले लेते हैं ना, ये चीज ले लेते हैं।
हाँ वो डिब्बा ले लेते हैं। ये काम कर रहे हैं एक आदमी दो देते हैं फिजिकली प्रेजेंट। ये तो ये ब्यूटीफुल है। हाँ ब्यूटीफुल है। ऑलरेडी ट्रेन किया हुआ है, लैंग्वेज मॉडल लगा हुआ है। आपको तो सवाल इसेगा जो
एक बार चार लोग बैठे तो समझ भी आए ना।
बिठाओ तो सब बैठ जाएंगे, सब तो आप ही का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। तो अभी किसने स्टेटमेंट किया? बैठो
ये कैमरा टेढ़ा है। ऐसे करें तो
वो भी क्या होगा? अरे वैसे टेढ़ा मतलब टिल्टेड है।
एक बार आप बैठो। और सोमेश है ना?
It's okay.
जीवा बोलने वाले इतने इकट्ठे कर लिए, सुनने वाले का पैनलिस्ट ज्यादा और रखे हैं।
15 मिनट साढ़े 5 बजे मीटिंग 6 बजे तक निकलता है। आपको 1.5 घंटा लगेगा, 15 मिनट ऐसा 1.5 घंटा लगेगा।
बढ़िया होगा कैमरे में।
हाँ कैमरा में
हमारे
बस
चेंज कर लो, चेंज कर लो।
ये कैमरा एक्चुअली टेढ़ा है।
ट्रैकपॉड है वो, उसको सीधा करने का ऑप्शन होता है।
यहाँ से ला देख कैमरा सीधा हो गया।
हो गया?
हाँ देख।
फर्स्ट टाइम इन माय लाइफ।
अरे लोग सीधे ना, वो तो पर्सपेक्टिव है।
मैंने जिंदगी में पहली बार देखी लाइट ऐसी।
अरे ये एक्चुअली लिंक इसकी
तो फिर इसको थोड़ा इधर कर देते हैं ना, सेंटर में लोग सीधे हो गए ना। सेंटर में ला
मुझे इसमें एक मेल डालना है।
कोई बात कोई लेना देना नहीं कि आवाज कहाँ से आ रही है।
लिंक है ना, उस पे डाल दो क्या?
उसको मैं बैठा हूं, मैं पहली बार भेजा शेयर
ये क्या?
ये मेरे को चैट पे भेज दे।
अरे मेरे को सारे क्वेश्चन एक जैसे लग रहे हैं। मतलब ये सारे चैट जीपीटी से पूछे हुए क्वेश्चन है क्या? Generated by questions are generated by AI only. क्योंकि सब क्वेश्चन क्योंकि वो क्वेश्चन पढ़ हाँ मुझे वो क्वेश्चन पढ़ के लगा कि यार इसका आंसर तो पहले वाले क्वेश्चन में भी यही आंसर है
इसको भी डाल दो और का टीम
कि जॉब्स रिप्लेस होंगे कि नहीं होंगे ये सारा
बहुत बढ़िया वीडियो बनाते हैं कि एक सी नौकरी है कोडिंग का बोला है लेकिन कोडिंग करने के लिए राइट तो मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में उसका दिल्ली क्या थी
आज ही जरूरत है आज
राइट तो दूसरी वाली रोशनी ऐसी और आप जो पंडित बोल रहा था वो कर रहे हो लेकिन लोग लगे हुए थे उसमें बार-बार सीढ़े वाला टाइम सगाड़े वाला टाइम वेंदों के ऊपर चल रहा था और आपके साथ के ऊपर आता ही
ये वाला स्पेस
सही बोल रहा हूँ
बस कैमरा सेट करना इसका देख लेना फ्रेम देख लेना
लाइट है ना
पीछे वाले जो लोग हैं आगे शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे
लेके दो स्टैंडर्ड बन के भी आ गए
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु पंडित जी आ गए गणेश जी को बुलाया जाए गणेश जी आ गए हैं पूजा के लिए तैयार है
मोहन देखो 1.5 घंटा लगा था
मैंने ही लगाया
मोहन लगा के नहीं लगा
इवन चालू कर देना मतलब थोड़ा सा लगा
देखो वो एक स्टोरी पॉइंट आ गया वो ऐसे सीरीज वाला पंडा था ना वो ऐसे सीरीज वाला पंडा या तो आधे घंटे में होगा या 1.5 घंटे में होगा
नहीं पड़ रहा मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम
एक रिप्लेस हो रहा है रिप्लेस करना है एक पहले रिप्लेस हो रहा है
भाई पैनल का डिस्कशन का मुहूर्त निकला
गौरवपाल है क्या गौरवपाल की पोस्टर लगाने
है
जब डिस्कशन का टाइम तो सारा खत्म हो चुका है सिर्फ समोसे के लिए
अब पब्लिक को कोई सवाल हो तो पूछ सकता है जीवन तेरा से
हो गया सेशन
करो जी शुरू
हेलो गुड इवनिंग हेलो
मैडम
पीछे तक आवाज आ रही है हेलो
सुनने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहे
पीछे आवाज आ रही है
ये लाइव है क्या अभी तक गया लाइव अब तो कोई आया तो वो भी चला गया ये तो वाले मस्ती कर रहे हैं
सो गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन जो आज का हमारा पैनल डिस्कशन है दैट इज ऑन द टॉपिक द फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क बैलेंसिंग ऑटोमेशन एंड एआई विद ह्यूमन स्किल्स इन द डिजिटल एज सो टुडे वी वर गोइंग टू एक्सप्लोर द डायनामिक लैंडस्केप as we were going to navigate the intersection of technology with the human skills. So, इस topic पे to shed a light, we have and I'm delighted to introduce our distinguished panelists as well as the moderator. First, we have Gaurav Sharma, a renowned authority in the field of big data and AI, whose seasoned expertise and experience will provide valuable insight into the transformative power of automation and its impact on the workforce. Next, we have Durga Tera, a visionary leader who's excelled in both sales and human resource. Durga will enlighten us on the vital role of human skills in fostering engagement, fostering talent development, and striking a harmonious balance between technology and human touch points. Joining us is Somesh Soni, an accomplished team lead in Java development. Somesh's experience in the software engineering domain will offer valuable perspective on the role of automation in driving efficiency. And we are honored to have Ronak Singh, a visionary heading operations and solutions. Ronak's vast experience and strategic vision in navigating the intricate landscape of operational efficiency and strategic marketing will add valuable perspective to our discussion. Last but not the least, Prithviraj Simhara, a trailblazer leading the design team in UI UX. Among our panelists, Prithviraj's expertise in user-centered design will shed a light on how human skills play a pivotal role in creating intuitive and meaningful digital experiences, even in the era dominated by automation. And we are fortunate to have Bhavesh Singhvi leading and moderating our panel discussion, guiding us through a journey of discovery and exploration. With his expertise, energy, and insightful questioning, we can expect a truly enlightened discussion. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, Imani, for the wonderful introduction. So we'll start with the session, and I think the topic is quite relevant in today's context. And we being all the IT professionals, it's become more important that how do we see these changes happening, and how does it impact us and overall all the environment which is surrounding us. So to start the discussion, we'll start with a very basic question, just to understand that if a layman want to understand what is AI, artificial intelligence, is it a new thing that we are seeing in this today's world, or is it something that has been already been there since invention of computer, mobile? Or how do we see that is a perspective change? That AI in today's world wasn't AI, or what I would say, the technology that we are using today is an AI for yesterday's world, and the technology which we see in the future will be the AI for today. So how do we see that? Is it a new phenomena, or what? How can you simply explain artificial intelligence? So Gaurav, you would like to take it.
Well, so you rightly mentioned that AI has a changing definition as we have moved on. So if I talk about 100 years back when calculators were born, I think people of that time they would have thought of that automation also as some form of AI. If I speak in terms of data, then probably the first time when the term AI was used was somewhere in 1940s, when some researchers in some US university they thought of creating systems where which requires minimum human intervention and then things should get done, and they termed it as AI. If you will ask me of a definition of AI for someone who is, who can be considered as a layman, then if there is a task which requires some human intelligence to get done, if I can do it with the help of machines, then it can be considered as something which can fall under the AI era. As I said, as the time has passed, the definition has changed. So when machines came, that was also some sort of automation which had happened. For people of that times, it could have been considered as some intelligence which is coming into the system. Today, we are living in the world where AI, in terms of its definition, has become very matured. These days, we see AI as something where the capabilities of humans, if they are exactly imitated by machines, then we call these kind of things as a artificially intelligent systems. So that's how I think AI has changed its definition over the century, you could say.
Thanks, Gaurav, for the insightful answer. So, Somesh, coming to you, when we talk about AI and the way Gaurav explained that it's all about how the processes that the humans are doing can be done by the machines or any programs, etc. You being in seasoned software professional, how do you see that your life changing, or what all changes do you see which will be coming in the near future with all the buzz around you?
Thank you, Harsh. So, as computer generation is coming more and more, and advanced hardware are accumulated, now we have some processing power. So, computers can do more. Okay. So before this era, we have mathematical functions and stats. Based on that, we were able to predict some data. But now we have processing power as well, which support more complex logic like deep learning and all. And after generative AI, which is creating its own content, now we have like there are systems which can generate code, which can generate websites in minutes, presentation documents. So it's helping any professional developer or any professional guy. So
Okay. So, means, Prithviraj means connecting to this one, when you saying that there are complex models that are coming up and all. But when we look at your field, which is more on the design and which is more like user experience or intuitive, what the humans would like to see. Do you see that in designing as well, the AI will play a significant role? And do you have any thoughts on how the team members who are in the design team can upskill themselves to address those challenges or to address those problems?
Yeah, sure. So design has already been leveraging the power of artificial intelligence. It doesn't need to be very complex model or something that can do on its own, but a small task. Say when I use Figma screen design tool, so it has small capabilities that it can do on its own. It can make tasks easier, and it can do repetitive tasks easily, and that is a part of AI being integrated into Figma. Similarly, there are other tools coming up which can generate image, like Sumesh said, generative AI that can generate images on the basis of prompts you write, prompt engineering that we call it. And they are making graphic designers or as well as creative designers jobs easy. And how UX can leverage from it is AI is gonna make the data processing easy. So it will help us in user experience research, because research is very important when we go and solve a problem, and that processing can be done easily with the help of artificial intelligence, and one can upskill themselves by learning to create better research methodologies, better research reports, research results. So in a nutshell, it will help us synthesizing that research and give us a better understanding of it.
Thank you. Now, you talked about research. Okay. Now, when we talk about research, we see the results that are coming in, and there is a section of group which says that the results can be more biased with the AI coming in. Because the AI is taking the information, whatever is available over the net, and you are utilizing the research. We are seeing that many individuals are doing a great researching as well. All this coming in. Do we see that within the research in this copyright or new findings or biasness will play a bigger role when the AI comes in?
Yeah, definitely. We cannot just believe on the data that AI is generating. But on the other hand, research models need to be built with the help of UX designers and the people who will be using those models. So उनके साथ collaboration में ऐसे अच्छे tools, research models, complex models build होने की जरूरत है. Because see, what happens is generally you believe on the data जो आप इंटरनेट पे पढ़ लेते हो. और बिल्कुल सही आपकी बात है कि biases generate होंगे, and there where we need to have a human intervention. So I believe that would be the next stage where we will be moderating how AI is going to work. We cannot just rely on it, and it will create, I think it will create more jobs in those sections where one can leverage the power of AI.
Thank you. So coming to the jobs, means since you're leading the organizations and applying for the scaling up and all, and many times we see in the news and all that AI is going to displace jobs. All the work that we are doing today will become mundane and new skills will be required. So is it an opportunity, or do you see it as a more as a threat for the people who are working with this?
Well, there are divided opinions actually on this, Bhavish. Very frankly, I tried learning more about it. So, in general, the experts are dividing AI into three different categories. One is ANI, which is artificial narrow intelligence, then there is AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, and then there is ASI, which is artificial super intelligence. Artificial narrow intelligence is something that we are experiencing day in, day out everywhere. If you are using Google Maps and it is predicting you the best route, or if you are, I mean, if there's a robot that is helping you clean the home, it's all using some kind of intelligence to detect the layout of your room or something like that. So some system which is trained to do a particular kind of task is considered as artificial narrow intelligence. Then there is artificial general intelligence, which actually is we are on verge of getting there. It has not gotten there, but it is basically when computers will start thinking like humans. Okay, I mean currently, if I talk about AI, we have reached to a level where AI can do tasks which humans can think. But the difference is they currently are far away from the task which human does without thinking. Okay, and once it reaches there, it's gonna be artificial general intelligence, and it will then know how to grow its intelligence far more and more. So when Sumesh talked about computation, I'll give you a data that the computation power actually doubles every 3 years. So by 2040, it is expected to reach that. So even today, very frankly, China has computers which has computational powers more than the computational power of your brain, which is the biggest processor yet. Okay. So we already have created it, just that it currently takes 700 square meter of area for that supercomputer to be there and takes millions of dollars. But that computational power is, increasing day by day. By 2040, it is expected to be, something like a personal computer to have that kind of computational power. That is when, that is when probably the jobs are going to be in a threat zone. Because in case AI learns the portion which learns emotions, learns how to think by itself, then what's going to happen next? For example, today if I would put a monkey here, would you expect it to code? I believe no, right? Tomorrow AI is going to be that strong that in comparison you will be a monkey to them. Okay, and that is where we would not expect you to be able to perform that job. So what's going to happen? It's not very straightforward, very frankly. I mean, it's still speculation. But again, in my opinion, yes, I mean, it is. We are on that route, and it is going to go there. So for a shorter time span, I would say that it's an opportunity where, as technocrats who understand technology, we can learn on how to control it and make our day-to-day work more efficient, make our day-to-day work better. But at the same time, parallelly, the computational powers are going that strong that it is also for sure that someday you would be that monkey for the AI when there would be a job there. So yes, that's my opinion.
I would like to add, because we are talking about job displacements. Sorry, replacements. So that was the point that I'm trying to make here. The kind of AI that we are experiencing today, be assured that job displacements are. Replacements is something that we are scared of, but I do not see a near possibility of that happening until unless we are flexible to change. So I hope we understand this, that so for example, when calculators were invented, what happened? Did people who know arithmetic, they got replaced? No, they were still there. Because I have a calculator in my hand today which can do all the arithmetic operations for me, does that mean I do not learn arithmetic? I do. Do I not use it in my day-to-day life? I do. So all these things are going to stay there only. But then what happened when calculators came? I changed the way I work. I changed the kind of things that I was doing because now arithmetic operation is something that calculator is doing. So let me spend my time in more innovative things. So that kind of displacement is something that is the demand of the time and it should happen. So the way I see it is, if you are eager to learn, if you are flexible enough to change, and if you are, uh, uh, if you are eager to adapt the changes that are happening around you, I think there is no threat, no such threat that jobs are going to be replaced.
Just adding to that point, like I completely agree to Gaurav that if you are ready to adopt, I mean, even we have seen it with our with the generation of our father and big elder brothers or something. When computer came, I mean, many people adopted. Many people were like, "Nahi yaar, ye kya machines hai? Main nahi seekhunga," and all that. And, I mean, the people who adopted, basically they grew and they did good, while the people who were skeptical of it or didn't use it, then they could not grow beyond a level, right? That is definitely going to be the truth. But at the same time, I mean, when I'm saying that, I mean, at one point of time when it can be completely replaced, then it is not a threat for one person's job or some job. It would be a threat for all the jobs.
Now, because again we are talking about job displacements, and I think it's the debate about job replacements is the hottest debate that is happening around AI. We all are talking about AI only and only because it has scared us to the core that our jobs will be replaced with these machines. That is the reason I want to put more time on this. See, a simple study by International Labour Organization (ILO), it says that in India, I mean, we are the people who work for longest hour per week. So if you will compare our working hours with Europe, then probably somewhere around 48 to 50 hours is a norm in India, which is while if I compare it with the West, then 35 hours, 36 hours is the norm in Europe. Now I say that there are technologies, tools available in the market which are powered by AI, and then they can make your life easier. They can do the tasks which are there. Uh, so if I say that there are such tools in the market that can reduce the time you were spending on doing routine tasks. For example, these days we are writing our emails with the help of ChatGPT. So if there are these kind of tools that are available, they can reduce your time in monotonous routine work. And if they can reduce your working hours, then what is the harm in that? If these kind of things, these kind of automations, if they can, मैं 50 घंटे काम कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे पास 50 घंटे का काम है. अगर वो काम 40 घंटे में खत्म होता है, तो obviously बात है कि I am going to enjoy a more better work-life balance on life. So it's just that the way I want to see about the things, the automation, ये जो intelligent system के अंदर आ रहे हैं इनके बारे में. Second, we are not the only one as मतलब skilled labor या फिर skilled workforce. We are not the only one who are standing at the threat of being replaced. अगर एक चैट जीपीटी के तरीके के इंजन से मैं ये पूछूं कि हाउ टू राइट अ कोड व्हिच कैन डू दिस और वो मुझे उसका आंसर दे देता है जो कि वो दे भी रहा है, तो डू आई हैव अ नीड टू गो टू गूगल? नो. Earlier I was going to Google, I was going to Stack Overflow, I was going to Stack Exchange, and now all these things are happening through ChatGPT. Now, three things or three hits from me, which could have been happened on Google, they are getting converted into one hit at ChatGPT. It simply means that the business of Google is getting hurt, and they are at the verge of getting eliminated from the market. So they are at a bigger threat. उनको ज़्यादा problem है ना इसके advancement से. सारा ads का पैसा चला जाएगा. But are they scared? Probably somewhere yes. But then what they are doing? They are actually trying to find out new avenues, new ways of doing things, and ChatGPT is there. Same thing applies to us also. Find newer ways, find innovative ways to stay in the market.
Thanks, Gaurav, for that elaborate answer. So, coming to humans, you are saying it's a positive thing for the humans that we are getting more advanced in the technology and it will give us more opportunity. So, I'll come to Ronak. So, looking at the organization, when we say that humans means the employees need to adapt themselves to these new changes that are happening. So, what are the things they can do to equip themselves in this rapidly changing scenarios? Secondly, as an organization, when we are running with an AI, comes significant risk with respect to when we are talking about getting the code, any copyright issues, any policies. So, as an organization, how do we protect ourselves that whatever delivery we are doing, even if we are using the AI, we are not getting any risk from the market in terms of any legal complications or anything?
Point number one, that what our team can do to adopt to the coming of an generative AI or whatever the new technology that is coming up. I think the first thing that which everybody agrees to is that definitely the kind of repetitive work which we do in day-to-day operations will get eliminated using this AI. So let me take an example. Let's assume we talk about the recruitment process. There's a dedicated team who works on shortlisting the profiles. There's a dedicated team who do the interview processes, right? And there is a process to it. There's a very well-defined process to it, and it is more manual. And then you take the interview. You have certain parameters on which you need to evaluate the candidates. Now, I think that can easily be done using an AI. But now, as we say that would we need the people? We would definitely need the people. But what they need to do now is they need to spend more time in doing the planning. What exactly they need to do? Right now, in general, I'm not talking about that ideal way में yes planning बहुत अच्छे से होनी चाहिए, फिर process होना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए. But in general, that's not how animation works, right? तो बहुत चीजें adopt होती है कि हाँ ठीक है requirement दे दी गई. But I think if you want to adopt technology, if you talk about आज से कुछ सालों की पहले की बात है, ERP पे implement करना है. अगर आपके processes set नहीं है, then you cannot make any use of ERP. Similarly, if you're planning to use an AI, you need to have those defined processes. या मुझे चाहिए क्या उस system से. So I think उस चीज में ज़्यादा planning की जरूरत होगी. तो I think going forward, the one thing which would be important for the people is to understand the business as a whole. And that's where the consulting role, I would say that the techno consulting role would play a major role, where the people would be expected to understand more about the businesses, so they can define their requirements really, really well and can use the technology in their better path. So I think it's a engineering domain भी होगा, so I think now expectation would be not just to write and code, but to understand the business and their processes and get those implemented. So थोड़ा सा role मुझे लगता है specifically in engineering it would come more into techno consulting domain. So that is one aspect to it. कि हाँ कैसे adopt करना है, so I think we need to understand more about how the business works, how if we are building any solutions, how those are going to be used in any application. That's where we need to adopt, learn more. Try to understand what are the tools available in the market and how we can leverage them to build solutions in a faster way, and implement those and do a better planning. So these are the things which I think we need to scale up in the organization. Second point which you raised was more regarding the copyright क्या बचेंगे, and to be honest, I don't have an answer to it right now because I'm not going into those. Haven't thought about it कि इसके legal implications क्या हैं, but I think the whole world right now is exploring that कि अगर टेस्ला की गाड़ी एक्सीडेंट होगा तो जिम्मेदार कौन है? इंसान है कि वो कोड है? तो अभी I think वो legally at this moment I don't have much clarity that how we would safeguard ourselves. Maybe if anyone else has any insight to that.
on the copyright front, see, I mean, it would be governed by legal policies rather than technology as such. Very frankly, I mean, as even today, I mean, it is very easy to breach it as well. What constraints are the legal documents that you sign and the legal constraints that you put in rather than actually. So even with the advent of AI, it would be possible, but would you be doing it, or I mean, would you use AI to do it? Um, that would be governed by legal contracts that you would have rather than actually some technology constraints. Today also someone can easily copy code and distribute, I mean, put it in a distribution list. So it is going to be very similar in that fashion. But yes, I mean, I think companies are figuring out the ways that what are the new terms and clauses that are to be put in the contracts and stuff. But that is how it is going to be guarded, not by technology as such. By technology, probably you will be able to find out where is the breach, but guarding would happen in the legal terms.
Okay. So we'll continue on this, but one of our esteemed panelists has to leave for a urgent engagement. So thank you for being part of the panel. Really appreciate it. We'll continue with the discussion. So one point before you answer. So when we talk about the legal contracts and all, we are seeing that India is also working on the international framework for the AI. Secondly, we are seeing the companies like Zerodha who have announced that they will be coming up with their own AI policy. So, will it be going to be a very common phenomenon for organizations to come up with their AI policy? For example, right now we have the IT policy, confidentiality, and other things. So, will this AI policy will also be a phenomenon? And that's one of the aspects which even the HR department will need to look into. That how do we incorporate in the overall policies for the organization?
So as rightly mentioned that we are at a very infant stage. So generally it is called AI infancy period. So everybody is trying to figure out that how these things will take shape going forward. Data breach, data security. Uh, uh, you rightly mentioned that the government of India probably would be forming a policy. Companies will also come with their policy. It is difficult to comment what exactly is going to be a uniform framework that will get adopted by one and all. Uh, uh, if we see in the recent years, most of the CEOs either of Facebook or Google, everybody has been summoned by US Senate to answer data security questions. Yesterday only Sam Altman, who is the founder of OpenAI, he was questioned by US Senate on the same questions that how the security will be ensured. How can you ensure that the models that are being trained are not trained using the personal data of the users? These questions are still unanswered, but yes, moving forward as things will get matured, there will be answers, there will be policies, there will be frameworks, there will be regulations around all these things so that things move in a more controlled fashion.
So even when we talk about the policies, we are seeing that when I talked about Zerodha, they are coming up with a policy that even if the AI comes in, that they will protect the jobs for their employees. And they are doing an assessment right now that what is the AI comes and how much jobs may be impacted and how do they plan for their future as well. I think that also becomes an important aspect when we plan from the people's perspective. And we being a people's first organization, I think over the years we may also need to think on those things and how do we ensure that the core values of the organization remain to the changing.
Exactly, Zerodha being one of them, I think they have a proper term for this now. They call it human-centric AI, where humans will always be given a preference over artificial intelligence.
So, Somesh, coming back to you, when we talk about AI, the general thing we heard here is about either the ChatGPT or Bard. And can you let us know, we understand that there are multiple type of AI tools available. So, why only ChatGPT is becoming famous, or there are similar strong tools that are available in market, or any tools that you can recommend for our team members to start using or exploring in their day-to-day work?
So I have not explored much tools, but there are tools like Gamma, where we can create some presentation document or a simple website where we can modify some static website where we can modify after generation. And before coming to that, I want to answer one argument which was started at after AI we will have some time. It depends on your employer first. Because when you finish tasks in time, you will have more tasks, right? And after AI, the estimate will be lesser and the ask will be more because now everyone knows that okay, we have some tools. So yeah, so I have not explored much tool, but there are tools available for which can give you a simple